rock the jukebox. I wanna hear some Jones. My heart ain't.
In one of the most unexpected twists to emerge from American Idol 2025, runner-up John Foster is now making headlines not for what he didn't win, but for what he's managed to build in the weeks since the finale. From the moment his name was announced as second place behind Jamal Roberts, the public braced for a typical post-Idol fade-out. Instead, Foster stunned even industry insiders by landing a music deal so lucrative, some claim it's bigger than what the actual winner received. But what makes his story especially intriguing isn't just the dollar signs, it's the speed, the secrecy, and the speculation swirling around his transformation. Viewers across the nation saw an 18-year-old with a guitar and a shy smile. What they didn't see was the silent storm brewing behind the scenes: competing record labels, viral controversy, an emotional family backstory, and a carefully timed media blitz that took him from Louisiana, local to national phenomenon. And while fans celebrated his boy-next-door image, others whispered about a backstage moment that might have changed everything. A single reaction, caught on camera, that led to a whirlwind of theories. Who really saw the results early? Was the finale outcome already in motion? And could Foster have been quietly preparing for his moment in the spotlight, with or without the Idol crown? What happened next would not only defy expectations, but reshape how we think about success after reality TV. It wasn't just a comeback, it was a calculated rise to power. When John Foster first stepped onto the Idol stage, few expected the soft-spoken teen from Addis, Louisiana, to emerge as one of the season's breakout sensations. But that changed within seconds of his first televised audition. Performing a stripped-down rendition of a Merle Haggard classic, Foster stunned the judges with a voice that seemed both hauntingly familiar and impossibly fresh. His blend of vintage country warmth and emotional depth quickly earned him the nickname the Old Soul of Season 23. Judge Luke Bryan labeled him a once-in-a-decade voice, while Carrie Underwood, serving as guest mentor during the Top 10 week, was visibly emotional, referring to Foster as her proud mom moment. Each round that followed seemed to solidify his place among the season's top contenders. He moved effortlessly between heartfelt ballads and original compositions, including a stirring tribute to his late uncle, which not only went viral on TikTok, but also prompted industry buzz about his songwriting capabilities. As the live shows progressed, Foster's performances consistently trended on social media. His fan base, dubbed the Foster family, grew into one of the most vocal in the competition, and his digital singles topped iTunes country charts. But behind the applause, whispers grew. Some questioned if the producers were giving him a country boy edit to boost ratings. Others noticed how his camera, time, and judge commentary seemed unusually polished. Still, week after week, Foster delivered. With the finale on the horizon, many assumed the crown was his. What unfolded instead would ignite a firestorm. May 18th, 2025 was supposed to be John Foster's coronation night. After months of commanding performances and near universal praise, the grand finale felt more like a formality than a cliffhanger. But when host Ryan Seacrest announced Jamal Roberts as the winner, the collective gasp across the audience mirrored the shock on Foster's face, or at least that's what viewers thought they saw. In the age of digital sleuthing, a single clip lasting less than 2 seconds set social media ablaze. Foster's micro-expression right before the winner was revealed, interpreted by some as visible disappointment, others as knowing acceptance. Within hours, hashtags like #Justice for Foster and #Idol Rigged trended worldwide. Fan theories erupted, suggesting that Foster may have seen the cue cards early, or that producers manipulated the final vote to diversify the winner pool. After several years of country dominance, though there was no evidence to support the claims, the speculation refused to die down. Idol issued a rare statement affirming the integrity of the vote, and Foster himself took to Instagram Live to address the controversy. In a calm, measured tone, he stated, "I came here to sing, not to hold a trophy. I already won when I stepped on that stage." His poise earned him further respect, but also raised eyebrows. Was this a media-trained teen, or someone already preparing for bigger deals beyond the show? The answer would come just days later. What happened after the finale was less like a reality show wrap-up, and more like the opening scene of a Hollywood bidding war. According to sources within the Nashville music scene, John Foster became the focus of a behind-the-scenes scramble involving several major country labels. By the end of the week, he had reportedly inked a deal with MCA Nashville rumored to be worth over $1 million in advance and album development support. Complicating the story was a now-leaked email thread suggesting that Brooks & Dunn's label, Arista Nashville, had extended a competitive offer, setting off a label tug-of-war that hadn't been seen since the early days of Carrie Underwood. Publicly, Foster downplayed the drama, saying only that he was grateful for the support and excited to get to work. But industry insiders saw the story differently. Music journalist Lyle Benton reported that Foster's family had quietly brought on a top-tier entertainment lawyer weeks before the finale, indicating that negotiations may have already begun while the cameras were still rolling. Whether that's true remains unconfirmed, but one thing is clear: Foster's value skyrocketed not because he won, but because he connected with fans, with platforms, and with brands. As streaming numbers for his Idol performances topped 100 million views cumulatively, it became obvious this wasn't a consolation prize. It was a launchpad. In a move that stunned even seasoned country performers, John Foster made his Grand Ole Opry debut less than 3 weeks after the Idol finale. The invitation, extended by Opry veteran Vince Gill, marked one of the fastest turnarounds for a reality show contestant in the event's 98-year history. On June 7th, 2025, Foster took the stage in front of a sold-out crowd, delivering a heartfelt set that included both his viral Idol ballads and a new unreleased track that left fans in tears. The performance earned him a standing ovation and, more significantly, viral clout. TikTok exploded with clips under the hashtag #FosterOpry, which accumulated over 25 million views in just 2 days. As brand interest surged, Foster's team moved quickly. A mid-size Western boot company announced a limited edition Foster line, while the Louisiana Office of Tourism featured him in a heartfelt PSA encouraging youth to embrace the arts. Though Foster hasn't publicly commented on the monetization aspect, marketing experts estimate that between performance fees, brand partnerships, and streaming bonuses, the teen had already cleared high 6 figures. Without even releasing a formal debut album, fans cheered his momentum, but critics began asking a different question. Was Foster being pushed too hard, too fast? And behind the polished press appearances, was the pressure beginning to show? As John Foster's fame soared post-Idol, so did the public's curiosity about his private life, leading to an avalanche of rumors, clickbait stories, and even AI-generated scandals that spread across social media with alarming speed. Central to the frenzy was Foster's relationship with Brooklyn Bourque, his high school sweetheart, who reappeared on the public radar when the two were spotted holding hands at a charity gala in Baton Rouge. The image, shared by a local newspaper, triggered a fan frenzy, leading many to believe that their teenage romance had not only survived but deepened. Yet the couple maintained a low profile, offering no interviews or official confirmations until Foster posted a heartfelt birthday tribute on Instagram, featuring a childhood photo and a caption that simply read, "Some things never change." Despite this wholesome narrative, darker claims emerged. A now debunked Reddit thread alleged Foster had fathered a child at age 16, claims he addressed in a widely viewed YouTube video titled "Setting the Record Straight." Speaking directly to the camera, Foster denied the allegations, calling them vile and flat-out false, and urged fans to focus on the music. Meanwhile, other online whispers suggested Foster had taken a therapy break following the Idol finale, citing a short pause in media appearances. While never confirmed by Foster or his team, the rumors did little to shake his loyal fan base. In fact, the speculation seemed to humanize him even more. Supporters rallied under the hashtag #LetFosterHeal, praising his vulnerability and calling out what they saw as a toxic celebrity rumor culture. Whether fact or fiction, the rumors created an air of mystique around the young star, adding another layer to his meteoric rise. Just as the media narrative threatened to paint Foster as another overmanaged product of the fame machine, he delivered a counterpunch that reframed everything. In a quiet but impactful announcement, John Foster revealed he was personally investing $100,000 of his early earnings into a community project in his hometown of Addis, Louisiana. The initiative, aimed at converting a derelict family-owned property into a transitional shelter for homeless seniors, was unveiled during a press event attended by local leaders and regional press. Standing in front of the broken-down house where his grandfather once lived, Foster choked up as he explained the inspiration behind the project, citing the memory of an elderly neighbor who passed away during a freezing winter with no electricity. "This isn't about doing good for the cameras," he said. "This is about doing right by the people who raised me." The moment resonated deeply with fans and skeptics alike. The Baton Rouge Advocate published an editorial praising Foster's authentic character, while music blogs that had once questioned his rapid rise now highlighted his heart. The project, dubbed Foster House, quickly became a rallying point for donations, with over $70,000 raised within a week via GoFundMe. Though critics questioned whether the project would be sustainable or merely symbolic, the impact was undeniable. In an industry often defined by superficiality, Foster had delivered something real, and with that move, he not only won over skeptics, but elevated his public image from country crooner to Southern philanthropist. For a boy who just finished high school, the gesture said more than any record deal ever could. Even as his music career was still finding its commercial footing, John Foster was already thinking like a mogul. In mid-June 2025, multiple entertainment outlets reported that Foster had begun laying the groundwork for an independent record label tentatively titled Foster Inc., aimed at spotlighting Southern Americana artists who, in his words, don't fit the Nashville template. Though his representatives declined to confirm details, Foster did hint at his ambitions during a sit-down interview on Good Morning America, where he spoke about wanting to create opportunities, not just collect them. Rumors quickly spread that his debut album, currently in production, would feature co-writing credits from Kix Brooks himself, along with a surprise duet with Carrie Underwood. While no release date has been announced, Foster's Spotify profile already boasts over 3 million monthly listeners, and his TikTok presence continues to thrive, with song previews often going viral. In tandem, whispers have emerged about a potential residency at the Grand Ole Opry, a move that would cement his place in country royalty before age 20. Music analysts speculate that if current momentum continues, and if his tour, merch, and label investments hit their marks, Foster could be on track to exceed a net worth of $5 to $7 million within 2 years. Not bad for a runner-up. The strategy, fans say, is brilliant. Take the exposure of Idol, bypass the baggage, and build an empire on authenticity. Whether or not Foster Inc. becomes the next big imprint in Nashville remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. John Foster isn't just singing songs anymore. He's orchestrating a career. From the moment John Foster first stepped onto that Idol stage with nothing but a guitar and a glimmer of hope, few could have predicted the whirlwind that would follow. In just a matter of weeks, the teenager from a small Louisiana town has rewritten the post-reality show playbook. He didn't win the title, but he won something arguably more important: control over his narrative, respect from his peers, and the loyalty of millions. What began as a standard singing competition arc morphed into a story of calculated decisions, heartfelt risks, and emotional transparency. From million-dollar deals and viral performances to rumors, charity work, and corporate dreams, Foster has moved with the precision of a veteran strategist and the sincerity of a hometown boy who remembers exactly where he came from. As viewers, we're left with a question that challenges the entire premise of competitive fame. Would you rather win the trophy and lose control, or lose the title and build something truly your own? For John Foster, the answer seems clear, and his fans are watching, learning, and inspired. Whether you're a music lover, a dreamer, or just someone who appreciates a good underdog story, his journey offers more than entertainment. It offers a blueprint. And with his next move just around the corner, one can only wonder, what else does this young visionary have up his sleeve now? As John Foster's career continues to skyrocket, fans and first-time viewers alike are left wondering, how far can he really go? The country music scene has seen its fair share of breakout stars, but rarely does one emerge with this level of momentum, this early in life, and with so much public goodwill. As Foster prepares for his debut album drop and potential nationwide tour, his story is already being studied by entertainment insiders as a case of what happens when timing, talent, and tenacity collide. And this is where you come in, because John Foster's next chapter won't just be written in boardrooms or backstage interviews. It'll be shaped by the very people who've stood by him from the Idol stage to the Opry mic. Are you rooting for him to break the mold and redefine what it means to win on Idol? Do you believe second place was secretly the best thing that ever happened to him? Or do you think the industry machine will eventually catch up with even the most grounded talents? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What was your favorite moment of his Idol run? And where do you think he should go next? And be sure to hit that like button if this story gave you something to think about. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the real stories behind the headlines. Because sometimes, the most inspiring tales aren't about who took home the trophy, but about who turned a single spotlight into a legacy.